Welcome back to NBC Update channel. Today we will learn about the shocking developments that are rocking Salem to its core, as the November 17th, 2025 episode of Days of Our Lives delivers jaw-dropping revelations about Kristen Dimra's mysterious disappearance and the explosive confrontations that follow. The episode opens with Salem still reeling from Friday's stunning cliffhanger that left fans gasping for answers about what really happened to Kristen Dimra. While initial reports suggested that the notorious schemer had somehow orchestrated yet another daring prison escape from Statesville, the truth behind her vanishing act proves to be far more sinister and complicated than anyone could have imagined. The revelation that unfolds will send shockwaves through the Dimra family and beyond, as the identity of Kristen's captor raises more questions than answers about what dark schemes are brewing in the shadows. The mystery of Kristen's kidnapper deepens. The most explosive revelation of the episode centers on the identity of the person who orchestrated Kristen's abduction from prison. Viewers discover that Tony Dimra, portrayed by the talented The Pankless, appears to be the mastermind behind this audacious kidnapping plot. However, the situation becomes infinitely more complex and disturbing when doubts begin to surface about whether fans are actually seeing Tony at all, or if this could be his sinister twin brother Andre making an impossible return from the grave. The ambiguity surrounding the kidnapper's true identity adds layers of intrigue to an already complicated storyline, forcing longtime viewers to question everything they think they know about the Dimra family dynamics. The kidnapping itself was executed with precision and secrecy, with Kristen being spirited away from Statesville still dressed in her prison blues and blindfolded, completely disoriented and demanding to know where she has been taken. The fact that a Dimra orchestrated this prison break raises serious questions about what family agenda is being pursued and why Kristen's freedom needed to be secured through such dramatic and illegal means. The implications of this kidnapping extend far beyond a simple jailbreak, suggesting that something much larger and more dangerous is unfolding within the Dimra empire. Family confrontations and accusations fly. As news of Kristen's disappearance spreads throughout Salem, the fallout creates tension and conflict across multiple storylines. Brady Black finds himself in the difficult position of having to reassure his daughter Rachel, who is understandably distressed by the news that her mother has vanished from prison under mysterious circumstances. Brady's parenting instincts kick into high gear. He tries to comfort Rachel and provide her with some sense of security during this chaotic time, even though he himself has no clear answers about what has happened to Kristen or where she might be now. The situation becomes even more volatile when Eric Brady and Belle Brady decide to confront E.J. Dimra directly about his potential involvement in Kristen's disappearance. The confrontation is tense and accusatory, with both Eric and Belle suspecting that E.J. may have had a hand in orchestrating his sister's escape from Statesville. E.J. vehemently denies any involvement in the scheme, maintaining his innocence and insisting that he had nothing to do with Kristen going missing from prison. However, his denials do little to satisfy Eric and Belle, who remain deeply suspicious of the Dimra science's true motives and potential connections to the kidnapping plot. This confrontation highlights the deep mistrust that exists between the Dimra family and the rest of Salem's residents, with old wounds and past betrayals making it nearly impossible for anyone to take E.J. at his word. Trouble brewing at Titan Industries. While the Dimra drama dominates much of the episode's focus, significant developments are also unfolding at Titan Industries that will have far-reaching consequences for several key characters. The company is experiencing unprecedented turmoil and instability, with internal conflicts threatening to tear apart the corporate structure that has long been a pillar of Salem's business community. The chaos at Titan forces various characters to reassess their relationships and loyalties, creating ripple effects that extend into their personal lives in unexpected and dramatic ways. Javi Hernandez finds himself caught in the middle of the corporate intrigue, and his suspicions about what has been happening behind closed doors lead him to directly confront his cousin Gabby Hernandez. The confrontation between Javi and Gabby is charged with tension as Javi demands answers about the role she may have played in the current crisis engulfing Titan. Javi's accusations suggest that he believes Gabby has been involved in some kind of scheme or manipulation that has contributed to the company's instability, and he is determined to get to the truth regardless of family bonds. The fact that Javi is willing to accuse his own cousin speaks to the severity of the situation and the depth of his concerns about what has been transpiring at Titan Industries. The rockiness and uncertainty surrounding Titan's future creates an atmosphere of anxiety and suspicion among all the company's stakeholders and employees. Questions swirl about who can be trusted, what secret deals may have been made, and whether the company can survive this period of unprecedented crisis intact. The connection between the missing DiMera family members and the troubles at Titan suggests that these seemingly separate storylines may be more interconnected than they initially appear, hinting at a larger conspiracy or power play that involves multiple Salem families and business interests. Sarah's crucial medical breakthrough. Amidst all the chaos and drama unfolding across Salem, Dr. Sarah Horton Kyriakis achieves a significant medical breakthrough that could have major implications for one of the town's most beloved residents. Sarah has been working tirelessly on a complex medical case involving Marlene Evans, who has been suffering from mysterious symptoms that have baffled doctors and caused great concern among her family and friends. The breakthrough that Sarah achieves represents a turning point in understanding what has been causing Marlene's alarming health issues, potentially opening the door to proper treatment and recovery. The medical mystery surrounding Marlene has been particularly challenging because her symptoms have been unusual and difficult to diagnose, requiring Sarah to dig deep into her expertise and research to find answers. When Sarah receives a call from a cardiologist who wants to speak with her urgently about Marlene's case, it becomes clear that the breakthrough involves identifying a cardiac component to Marlene's condition that had previously been overlooked or misunderstood. This discovery provides Marlene with the answer she desperately needs and gives her medical team a clear path forward for treatment, offering hope where previously there had been only uncertainty and fear. Beyond the immediate medical implications, Sarah's breakthrough also has personal significance for her own character arc. She has been struggling with overwhelming pressure from her work at the hospital combined with the emotional turmoil of her recent breakup with Xander Kyriakis, leaving her feeling lost and questioning her path forward. The success she achieves in solving Marlene's medical puzzle gives Sarah a renewed sense of purpose and confidence, reminding her of why she became a doctor in the first place and providing her with much-needed clarity about her professional calling, even as her personal life remains complicated. The turmoil at Titan Industries also forces Sarah to reassess her relationship with Xander and think carefully about what she truly wants from her future, both professionally and personally. Rachel's growing concerns about her parents. Young Rachel Black finds herself dealing with complicated emotions as she processes the news about her mother's mysterious disappearance from prison. Rachel has always had an intense and somewhat unhealthy attachment to the idea of her parents Brady and Kristen being together, and any threat to that fantasy causes her significant distress. Brady's attempts to reassure Rachel are complicated by the fact that he himself doesn't fully understand what has happened to Kristen or whether she is safe. His protective parental instincts war with his own complex feelings about Kristen and their troubled history together. Rachel's anxiety about her mother's situation is further complicated by her keen awareness of her father's relationships with other women in Salem. She has a well-documented history of targeting any woman who gets close to Brady if that woman isn't Kristen, viewing them all as threats to her fantasy of her parents reuniting. As the week progresses, Rachel will begin to turn her attention towards Sarah, whom she perceives as getting too close to Brady and potentially threatening the possibility of her parents getting back together. This sets up a confrontation that will test Brady's parenting skills and force him to establish clearer boundaries with his daughter about acceptable behavior. Multiple storylines converge toward crisis. The November 17th episode serves as a crucial pivot point for multiple interconnected storylines that have been building throughout recent weeks. The revelation about Tony or Andre being involved in Kristen's kidnapping opens up numerous questions about what the DiMera family's true agenda might be and whether this is connected to other mysterious disappearances that have been occurring in Salem. The fact that both Dimitri von Leuschner and Tony DiMera have been missing from Salem, it's another layer of complexity to the situation, suggesting a coordinated effort or larger conspiracy at work. Meanwhile, the confrontations between Eric, Belle, and EJ highlight the deep divisions and mistrust that continue to plague Salem's interconnected families. These conflicts are rooted in years of betrayals, romantic entanglements, and power struggles that have created wounds that may never fully heal. The tension between these characters reflects larger themes about loyalty, family obligation, and the price of past sins that continue to haunt the present. The troubles at Titan Industries represent a parallel crisis unfolding in the corporate sphere. with implications for numerous characters whose livelihoods and futures are tied to the company's success. Javi's decision to confront Gabby demonstrates how the professional conflicts are bleeding into personal relationships, forcing family members to choose between loyalty and truth. The accusations and suspicions swirling around Titan suggest that corporate espionage, sabotage, or manipulation may be at play, with various factions competing for control and advantage. As all these storylines continue to develop throughout the week ahead, viewers can expect shocking revelations, emotional confrontations, and plot twists that will reshape the landscape of Salem in fundamental ways. The question of whether Tony is really Tony or actually Andre will have enormous implications for the DiMera family dynamics and could potentially resurrect long-buried conflicts and schemes. Whatever the truth may be, it's clear that Salem is heading toward another period of crisis and upheaval that will test every character's loyalties, relationships, and moral compasses in ways they never anticipated. The preview for Monday's episode promises heart-stopping drama, family conflicts, medical breakthroughs, and mysterious kidnappings that will keep fans on the edge of their seats wondering what will happen next in Salem. As always, Days of Our Lives delivers the perfect blend of romance, intrigue, family drama, and shocking plot twists that have kept audiences captivated for decades. Don't miss a single moment of the action as these explosive storylines continue to unfold and reveal secrets that will change everything for Salem's residents.